Dies ist der Architectural Deep Dive zu Embracing Digital this week, in dem wir über die Schlagzeilen hinausgehen, um die architektonischen Muster zu untersuchen, die die digitale Transformation prägen. Diese Folge konzentriert sich auf die Verzögerung des Betriebsmodells im strategischen Bereich und darauf, wie sie Druck auf künstliche Intelligenz und Cybersicherheit ausübt. Ich bin Dr. Darren. Lassen Sie uns in die Analyse einsteigen. Under today's pressure, a clear pattern is emerging across several areas. Organizations are building capabilities, but decisions, governance, and operating models are lagging behind. This is not a capability failure. It is a decision failure. You can see it in AI, security, and connectivity at the same time. A major telecom provider helped secure the World Cup with resilient networks and clear handoffs. At the same time, AI features appeared in match analysis and fan experiences. You might call that a tooling issue. It is not. When a security flaw stays open for 124 days, the problem is action. When your team introduces digital work but does not reset roles and metrics, transformation slows. So the next question is clear. Leadership attention belongs on decision rights, control goals, and the operating model, not on more technology. Under this pressure, the pattern becomes clear. This week, three signals came together. AI moved deeper into World Cup analysis and fan experiences. At the same time, critical security gaps stayed open too long, and digital transformation showed, again, that new tools arrive faster than roles, approvals, and governance can adapt. This is not a technology gap. It is an operating model lag. At the enterprise level, that makes every major decision slower and riskier. Value, risk, and accountability drift apart. A new model sends one signal. One team trusts it. Another team blocks it because of liability or review. Then the workflow stalls. From an architecture perspective, decision rights are shifting. The line between innovation and operations stays blurred. That throws escalations, controls, and handoffs out of sync. For your team, the lesson is simple. Treat digital work not as adding features. Treat it as redesigning ownership, checkpoints, and measurement logic. You could read this as a tooling problem. It is really a governance problem. Across your portfolio, you see it wherever AI, security, and connected services are introduced, but the operating model still runs on the old rhythm. Then speed appears without control, and speed without decision rights becomes drift. This is an organizational problem. Strategic governance decides who makes choices, what success looks like, and how accountability holds. It also sets the pace for change. Leaders need to align decision rights with business outcomes. They need clear value measures and trust rules. And they need to connect resilience priorities to the operating model. In plain language, this domain turns intent into authority, control, and measurable progress. Do not mistake the lag for a tooling gap. A major telecom secured a world event with resilient networks and clear handoffs. At the same time, AI features kept moving in analysis and fan experiences. That contrast shows this is not mainly a tooling issue. This is a decision failure. The same pattern appears in cybersecurity. A vulnerability can stay open for 124 days. That happens when remediation, escalation, and incentives move too slowly. And that delay damages trust. Customers and partners see risk, but not visible accountability. Leadership has to shorten the path from discovery to action. You see it in transformation too. AI can enter the work, but if roles, approvals, and success measures do not change, pilots stall. Old workflows survive. Across AI, security, connectivity, and digital transformation, the impact is the same. Execution slows, trust weakens, continuity becomes fragile, value gets missed. Leaders should focus on governance, operating rhythm, and ownership. The pressure from AI is showing up in the operating model now. This week, AI became a visible working tool in the World Cup. Fans saw predictions, game tips, and live updates in real time. At the same time, Control in other digital areas lagged behind. New capabilities arrived faster than roles, approvals, and trust boundaries adjusted. That is the real signal shift. AI is no longer just analysis, it is shaping decisions and expectations. If that is ignored, approvals break first in daily work. Specialist teams start waiting for confirmation. Review cycles get longer. Ownership fragments because no one is clear who decides when AI recommends a course of action. Strategic pressure is rising because value and responsibility must be assigned cleanly. Organizational pressure is rising because accountability and escalation have not caught up. Process pressure is rising because handoffs and review points are too slow. Physical and hardware capacity feel the strain indirectly when event or platform capacity must keep up with new real-time expectations. Digital and software are the visible lever, but not the root cause. Most teams optimize model quality and novelty. The real constraint is decision authority and trust thresholds. For your team, that means one thing. Do not treat AI as an add-on. AI changes who can review, approve, and override. You may see this as a pure technology issue. It is not. It is a governance and operating model issue. If AI-supported decisions start without clear authority, accountability fails before value can scale. The way to stabilize this is one mechanism: decision rights. A clear decision framework defines who uses AI, who confirms it, and who stops it. Freigabestau, geteilte Zuständigkeit, Vertrauensgrenzen. From the framework's view, the security gap is obvious. This week, one known vulnerability stayed open for 124 days. At the same time, more alerts, more checks, and more escalations all moved through the same limited defensive path. In another case, a critical flaw in enterprise software triggered immediate alarm. The difference between finding and closing is no longer theoretical. It is the bottleneck. If that is ignored, the release chain breaks first. Then teams wait for confirmation, tickets pile up, and responsibility shifts back and forth. Security, operations, and the business side all pass the issue along. Strategic pressure rises because risk, priority, and trust are not aligned. Organizational pressure rises because ownership for fixes, communication, and escalation becomes fragmented. Process pressure rises because triage, patch windows, and review steps stay too slow. Physical and hardware teams feel the strain when scarce analysts and infrastructure face the same incidents. Digital and software carry the immediate attack surface, but they are not the root cause. Most teams optimize detection coverage. The constraint is remediation authority and speed. For your team, that means visibility alone is not enough. What matters is who can move a found gap into action immediately. You might see this as a pure technology problem. It is not. It is a governance and operating model problem. If approvals for known risks are not defined in advance, trust fails before resilience becomes visible. The situation can be stabilized with one mechanism: control objectives. Clear control objectives define how quickly issues are found, decided on, and fixed. Open gaps last too long. Escalation breaks down. Repair paths move too slowly. Der Anschlussfehler sitzt jetzt im Betriebsmodell. Diese Woche machten Berichte zu einem großen Live-Sportereignis eines klar. Datenzentren, Netzwerke und Cloud-Plattformen hielten alles gleichzeitig am Laufen. Übertragungen, Ticketing, Sicherheit, Fanerlebnisse. Parallel stärkte ein Telekommunikationsanbieter die Verbindung, mit Blick auf Geschwindigkeit, Zuverlässigkeit und Ausfallsicherheit. Das war keine Zusatzfunktion. Das war die eigentliche Betriebsgrundlage. Wenn das ignoriert wird, bricht zuerst die Abstimmung am Rand des Systems. Freigaben ziehen sich. Latenz steigt. Zuständigkeiten springen zwischen Netzwerk, Plattform und Fachseite hin und her, bis ein einzelner Ausfall zu einer Kette von Verzögerungen wird. Strategisch steht das unter Druck, weil Verfügbarkeit Teil der Wertdefinition ist. Organisatorisch steht es unter Druck, weil Ownership nicht sauber verteilt ist. Für Störungen, für Eskalationen, für den Wiederanlauf. Auch Prozesse geraten unter Druck, weil Übergaben und Priorisierung zu langsam laufen. Die physische Ebene steht unter Druck, weil Kapazität und Redundanz sofort sichtbar werden. Und die Software steht unter Druck, weil jede Anwendung dieselbe gemeinsame Infrastruktur voraussetzt. Für Ihr Team heißt das, Vernetzung ist nicht mehr nur Technik. Sie ist ein permanenter Lieferpfad für Geschäftsergebnis. Viele würden das als reines Infrastrukturproblem sehen. Ist es nicht. Es ist ein strategisches Kontinuitätsproblem. Die meisten Teams optimieren heute Reichweite und Funktionsdichte. Die eigentliche Grenze ist jedoch die Kontrolle über Kontinuität, über gemeinsame Abhängigkeiten. Wenn Netzabhängigkeiten nicht entschieden sind, leidet Vertrauen schon vor der nächsten Lastspitze, noch bevor ein Service stabil wirken kann. Stabilisieren lässt sich die Lage mit einem Mechanismus, mit einer klaren Operating Cadence, ein fester Takt für Kapazität, Ausfall, Eskalation und Wiederanlauf. So bleiben Entscheidungen nah an der realen Last. Gemeinsame Abhängigkeiten. Eskalation unter Last. Wiederanlauf ohne Klarheit. Across these signals, the same lag shows up. The trade-off is clear. Speed wins first. Assurance arrives later. AI delivers visible gains in experiences and decisions. Cybersecurity exposes weaknesses. Connected services carry the load. Yet governance still trails behind. That is where the bottleneck sits. The anti-pattern is policy without capability. Rules, guardrails, and targets exist, but approval rights, escalation paths, and execution cadence are not aligned to them. In AI governance, this appears as debate over guardrails and trust. In telecom, it shows up as slow responses to outages and questions about resilience. In both cases, the issue is not lack of intent. It is missing execution power in the operating model. The trade-off is speed versus assurance. Leaders who move faster without redesigning decision rights gain short-term momentum. They also create long-term delay. For your portfolio, that means measuring more than adoption. Measure time to decision. Measure time to approval. Measure time to restore service. If those times do not fall, the transformation looks visible, but it is not effective. In your programs, the pattern appears as fragmented ownership. Security, platform, operations, and the business all share responsibility, but no one owns the full path from detection to closure. That slows transformation because new capabilities inherit old handoffs. Architects stabilize decision rights first. From this pattern, 3 clear decisions emerge. For your team, the issue is no longer extra momentum, it is clean decision boundaries. Without them, transformation stays visible but never becomes effective. Either centralize decision rights for AI assistance and platform changes, or allow local approvals by function. Central rights shorten approvals and create dependable trust. Local exceptions create inconsistent use and later correction work. Either set one shared rhythm for risk, change, and recovery, or keep separate cadences for each domain. One shared rhythm keeps escalation short and incidents manageable. Separate rhythms extend downtime and trap outages in coordination loops. Either treat resilience and data trust as fixed strategic boundaries for connectivity, security, and cloud, or let each product line set its own thresholds. Fixed boundaries protect trust and stabilize core services under load. Loose boundaries turn connectivity into a weak point and break momentum when one incident reaches the chain. This is a strategic choice, not a tooling problem. Leaders who treat operating model lag as a decision issue keep momentum alive. Leaders who delay the boundary call lock in old handoffs. They slow delivery right when scale and trust matter most. Looked at calmly, the pattern stays the same. Capabilities move faster than decision rights, controls, and cadence. That is not a technology problem. It is a decision problem. We saw that clearly in the delayed approval. We also saw it in the network outage and slow recovery. For your next steering meeting, be precise. Name the owner, the boundary, and the cadence. Architects create clarity in the decision flow. Next week we will build on that. Damit endet diese Woche unsere Architectural Deep Dive. Wenn Ihnen diese Folge gefallen hat, geben Sie uns bitte 5 Sterne auf Ihrer bevorzugten Plattform oder auf YouTube. Und wenn Sie noch weitergehen möchten, treten Sie unserer Community auf Patreon bei und suchen Sie nach Embracing Digital. Bis zum nächsten Mal, ich bin Dr. Darren. Stellen Sie weiterhin schwierige Fragen und begrüßen Sie die digitale Revolution weiter.